Hi, I am Dr. Thea Hoteling, and I want to welcome you to Graduate Seminar FNR 8080. You can see the homepage here. We will start with a welcome or introduction from me. So you are finding this message here under the Welcome tab, Getting Started. There's a video clip here. I am the director of the program, the Online Masters in Wildlife and Fisheries Biology program you're all a part of. The program is 2 years old this fall. I have been with Clemson full-time for almost 3 years now. I've taught this course, graduate seminar, 6 times on campus, and this is the 5th time I've offered it online. I teach it every spring and fall semester. My background is in restoration, restoration of seagrass or other types of wetlands, freshwater and saltwater wetlands. I got my doctorate and my master's degree from the University of Florida. My dissertation was research on finding, using ArcGIS and map analysis techniques, finding areas in Southwest Florida, Estero Bay, that would be good for seagrass restoration. My master's looked at habitat, wetland habitat change or transition in a water conservation area in South Florida. So I've spent a lot of time on that. In my doctorate, I also incorporated some law and policy work as well as some work with stakeholders in the human dimensions side of things. I'm familiar with that as well. In addition to being the director of the online master's degree in wildlife and fisheries, I also teach, obviously, graduate seminar, as I've mentioned. I also teach restoration ecology in the spring, and I'm developing an environmental ed class for the fall semesters. And I also teach WFB 8630, which is non-thesis research hours for your project. If any of you, we are no longer requiring the project as a part of the degree, but some of you might be choosing to do one, so you will interact with me when you work on that project as well. You are going to have an opportunity to introduce yourself here later under the discussion tab, and I really do like looking at those, and this class will have several discussions in this class, so it's really good for you guys to get to know each other and know each other's backgrounds and what you're doing and where you're from. So I encourage you to do that introduction here in the first week. On a personal note, my husband is also a professor in the Department of Forestry and Environmental Conservation here at Clemson, and we have 2 young kids, my daughter, who is starting kindergarten tomorrow actually, and my son, who is 2.5 and starting preschool this fall. We do outdoorsy stuff in the summer here. We've been swimming at the lake and hiking, swimming at the pool, playing in creeks, water fountains, camping, waterfalls, probably water fountains too, but definitely waterfalls, and doing those types of fun things with them. So that's what we enjoy, as well as traveling and vacation, those types of things, getting a little easier as they get older. I think that's enough about me, although I'm obviously happy to add anything else for those of you who are interested, but I'd like to spend a little time now going over the syllabus for this course. So you'll click on the syllabus button. You can see my contact information there. I know that it won't be convenient for most of you to stop by my office during office hours, but you can feel free to call my office phone listed here during those hours if you want to talk one-on-one. I'm also available through email. If it's after 5 at night, you might not hear from me till the next morning, but I'm pretty quick at responding. So you can reach me an email anytime. I'll be in my office, doing office hours for this class and other classes during those times, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday morning, so you can call if you'd like to. A little bit about this course. It's designed to help expose students to some seminal papers in wildlife and fisheries biology. I will require you to discuss and think critically about the concepts in these papers. And then the other part of this course is exposing you to current research. So on campus here, we have a Natural Resources Graduate Student Association who puts on a seminar speaker series each semester, each fall and spring semester. So they bring speakers to campus, usually about 10 a semester, and we will be recording those for you guys to watch. So it's current research going on, current professionals in wildlife and fisheries biology. The goal of these two components is to improve your foundation in wildlife and fisheries biology and allow you to keep up to date with current research that's going on. Briefly, at the beginning of this class, I'm going to touch on writing at the graduate level, just because this is one of the only classes that everyone's required to have. I think it's important to outline some expectations and also provide you guys some information on where to find literature and how to do citations when professors don't always start way back at the beginning like that, as well as expectations. So the outcomes from this class are that you're going to be able to think critically about the seminal works in wildlife and fisheries biology and to expose you to current research. You do not have a required text. The readings, the seminal readings that you will be discussing come from a text called Essential Readings in Wildlife Management and Conservation. But I pull the PDFs from that book and post them online. So you're welcome to purchase that text for your own studies or library, but you are not required to. Any reading that you have to do for class, I will post as a PDF in Canvas. Attendance for this class involves submitting every week. So each week you will either watch the seminar and write a summary, and I explain below here exactly what I expect in that summary, or join in a discussion of one of the papers posted on Canvas. You have to participate every week. If it is a paper discussion week, which is what we have this first week, you are introducing yourselves and watching a little presentation about graduate writing and answering some questions about that. But next week, you'll do your first paper discussion. You will need to make an initial post, which will answer the prompt that I've provided. And then you have to make a second post, which involves you replying to someone else's post. That second post in particular, I'm looking for something with some substance, so I don't want you to just say, oh, I agree, or great point, but really add something to the conversation. So if they are making a point you agree with, that's fine. You can say, I agree, here's an example from another class I've taken, or my job, or an experience I had previously. So tie it in together, really contribute to the conversation with that second post. This is a fairly large class. I think I've got 26 students enrolled at this point, so I feel like that's too many students to have a discussion with, a meaningful discussion with. So I've got you guys divided into 3 discussion groups. So you will have closer to 8 students that you are discussing. I guess a few of the groups are up to 9 now, that you are discussing these papers with. So you'll need to read the other students' replies and post back. In terms of late assignments, it's a letter grade a day. So for this class, if it's a 5-point assignment, which your seminar summaries are, I take half a point off the first day you're late, a whole point off the second day. For the paper discussions, those are 10-point assignments, so it's 1 point a day. So if you, for whatever reason, everything for this class is due on Monday night, but if for some reason you don't get it in by a Monday night, you can go ahead and submit it late and you'll just get that small amount off. Now, once it's a week or more late, you will have lost most of the points. So if you miss the deadline, go ahead and submit it. The total course requirements are 11 seminar viewings and summaries and 3 paper discussions. Week you'll introduce yourself, I'll introduce the course, which I'm doing now, and you'll take a quiz on the graduate level writing presentation that you're going to watch. In terms of what's required from the seminar speakers and their summaries, I ask that you submit a brief 1-page summary, which would include a synopsis of the talk, and then I ask some specific questions. The scientific significance of the research that was done, a question you would ask the speaker if you were here and able to ask a question, what was most interesting to you, and how you would further the science presented in the speaker's presentation. There is a schedule of speakers. You can check this link, NRGSA Speaker Series website. It has not been updated for fall yet. That's actually why when I scroll down and look at the schedule, there's a lot still blank, but as soon as the graduate students get that uploaded, I'll put it up for you guys. We're going to start the semester with a few paper discussions, so we have a little time to get that up. We record that, and then you guys, I'll provide a link in each assignment to that speaker. In the event that a seminar is canceled, which happens due to weather, or a speaker, something happens in their personal life and they can't show up, or even the equipment in the room malfunctions and we don't get it recorded, which we're getting better about, but it could still happen. I do have an alternative assignment. I have an alternative speaker, or I allow you to choose a seminar speaker that was recorded from a previous semester. Here I'm reiterating that when there's a paper discussion, you have to post 2 times. That's the first thing you'll be doing here, an original post, and then a meaningful post to one of your classmates. The grade, this is a pass-fail class, so it's a little different. We don't use the ABCD grading scale that's used in most classes. So you have to have a 70 or better to pass this class. And again, late assignments are penalized to letter grade a day. So the schedule, you can see the due dates. It'll always be on a Monday. We're going to start the semester with the course intro and then do a reading. The reading that's due on 9/2 I already have up, and I am working on the reading for 9/9. That should be up very soon. And then we'll begin the speaker series where you'll be watching speakers and providing summaries and answers to questions on those. The last week there after Thanksgiving, we probably won't have another speaker, so you'll do one last reading at the end of the semester. I have some links to accessibility services and academic integrity here. I believe the rest of the class is laid out pretty intuitively. If you click on assignments, welcome and introductions is where we're starting. Writing at the graduate level is the other thing that's due this first week. And then you're reading multiple working hypotheses. I'll show you what that looks like really quick. Again, for me, it shows this because I have you divided into 3 groups. But here is the paper, which you can open as a PDF or read here. And then the questions are in this prompt right above, and you'll write reply here to post your discussion post. So you can also get to that through home. For this first week, it is a discussion, so you should find it here under discussions, reading, multiple working hypotheses, or I've moved everything under assignments, so you can find everything either way. If you have any questions after this introduction, which is the video here, I'm asking you to introduce yourself as well, and also ask any questions that you might have related to the syllabus or the course in general. Thank you.